found this amazing rental space. I emptied out my savings to furnish it. There were times when I had a full book of clients and less than $100 in the bank. Bills were due, lots of bills, and nobody would ever know. Like, I'd be in between clients crying because I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm gonna pay these bills. It was a really, really rough transition, and but I still kept the faith. I believed in what I had. I believed in myself, and I believed in what God could do for me.
Hello and welcome to the J Word. I'm Jasawnpryce, and joining us today is the incredible Nicole Perry, also known as the mastermind behind Beauty Therapy Session. As a seasoned esthetician, Nicole has transformed countless faces into glowing works of art. Today, we're going to discuss her journey, gain some insight into the world of an esthetician, unlock some secrets of how to achieve that radiating skin, and so much more. I'm so excited. Oh man, Nicole, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. When you reached out to me, I'm like, absolutely. I had to come do this
Thank
with
you
you.
so much. I
Of
appreciate it.
course.
So I know that you've been in the game, like doing this before it was popular, and I'm so excited to really delve in and learn so much about skincare and just what the life of an esthetician really looks like. But before I do that, every episode I like to start off with affirmation. I create one or, kind of go from there. So today's affirmation is I respect the resilience of my skin and I'm committed to nourishing it. Again, I
Ooh,
respect the resilience of my skin and I am committed to nourishing it.
I love
Dope,
that. I
yay.
love
Yeah, I feel
that.
like I was thinking about it and I'm like, your skin really goes through a lot, like especially the winter, the dryness, the ashiness, the whole nine. And it's up to you to really like pour into yourself and pour into your skin to have that glow and to just have healthy skin. So yeah, that's today's affirmation.
I love that. I think that's amazing. The word resilience really just stands out to me because we put our skin through a lot. These trends on social media, trying different products. Sometimes you might not be feeling up to taking care of yourself. So we put our skin through a lot, but it still pulls through. And it's there for us to protect us. Our skin is an organ, and more people need to know that.
And take it serious too. Oh man. And we'll get into the horrors and all that stuff later because I was seeing some things that really prompted me to have this conversation, but we'll talk about that a little later. But first off, I definitely want to start off by really getting into what really is an esthetician, what does that look like, and how does it differ from other skincare professionals?
Sure. So if you want to be technical, the license that I have is called the Appearance Enhancement License, aka esthetician. So my job is to enhance or improve the appearance of somebody's skin. I can't do anything deep as an esthetician with my license. I'm not doing any injectables. I personally don't do laser. I like to focus on the healing power of touch through, some natural or maybe some medical grade products, but I like to take the gentle approach to skincare. So that's what an esthetician does. We can do facials, skincare, waxing. Some people can do laser. I didn't choose to go that route. So yeah.
So it's really, yeah, the direction that you choose to take it. But all right, I love that. So can you like, I guess, walk me through, I guess, how like from the beginning to where you are now, what pivotal moments led you to even becoming esthetician?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't talk about this often enough, but I was a traveling makeup artist. I was doing like some modeling and stuff, and so I learned how to do my own makeup. And people used to ask me to do their makeup, so I was like, you know what? Let me learn how to become a makeup artist, right? And I had a job at the time. I was doing direct care, so I was working with people with physical and mental disabilities. And one of my coworkers, she asked me to do her graduation makeup. And so I said, yeah, girl, I worked overnight at the time. Everybody wanted my position too. So,
Plotting on you.
right, right. They were plotting on me. The management, she was like, Nicole, are you going to be here long? Because I got some, I'm like, damn, like, right, exactly. So anyway, I told the girl to come to the office, to come to the house so I can do her makeup. She showed up late. And when she showed up, the other coworkers came in for their shift during the day, and they saw me doing her makeup, and they were pissed. They were pissed. So they reported me to management and said that I abandoned my job. I had been working there for almost 5 years, and they let me go. Yeah, and so, honestly, I was cool with it. Yeah, so I started working as a travel makeup artist. I was doing background singing. I was getting modeling gigs. I was like living the life. I had unemployment too, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it was all coming together, and I was free. I was loving it. And about 6 months in, December 2015, I was in a car accident, and I totaled my car, and I had a whole bunch of injuries. Nothing like major. I was still able to walk away, but I ended up with a pretty bad shoulder injury. And so as a result of that, I couldn't even lift my hand to like do basic stuff. I couldn't do makeup. I couldn't even wash my own hair. I needed help for everything. And so, long story short, I ended up having to have surgery to correct my issues, and I was out of work for a year. Makeup is the kind of thing where it's like, I need you now or not. I'm gonna get somebody else because this event is today. And so after my surgery, and tell me if I'm talking too much.
No, this is a podcast.
I'm just making sure. So after my surgery, I am doing my shoulder exercises to like get my range of motion back and strengthen myself. And I literally saw a commercial for an esthetician school. And like, I was broke at the time. I wasn't working. Unemployment dried up. I couldn't do anything. So I'm looking at the commercial, and they're talking about how much estheticians could make. And I'm like, you know what? Right, it's a whole lot better than nothing. So, I shit you not, I saw that commercial on Tuesday. I was enrolled in school by Thursday. Oh my God. I literally didn't waste any time. And so for me, like, I'm a person of faith, right? And I believe that even though that moment could have been so detrimental, God spared me and used that moment to shift me into a different direction. And so I became an esthetician, and it was hands down one of the best decisions I ever made in my life.
I love that. And it's like, yeah, like the redirection and like that season propelled you into this, and you do such a fantastic job. So this is, wow, that's incredible. Being a traveling makeup artist, did that influence, I guess, the way that you go about being an esthetician? Because I know that you're really big on, embracing your natural skin, and you even like guide your clients through, you know what, you don't need to do this package, this is just fine. So was that, did that influence you in any way, working with people and their flaws and makeup, and, taking that into this new beginning for you?
Yeah, so what I'll say is, when I made that decision to go to esthetician school, I knew that a lot of clients that I did makeup for were using makeup to hide. They were embarrassed or ashamed about the way their skin looked. And so it clicked to me, if I became an esthetician, I could help them fix their skin, and that way they'll have a better makeup application, because I didn't feel like anybody should be bound to makeup to even just go to the store to get freaking water and bread. Like, girl, just go outside. If you want to wear makeup, cool, but right. And so I didn't want that for people. So it was a smooth transition for me. And yeah, that's my thing, is you have to have like a nice base, a nice foundation to put the foundation on top of. It makes everything just sit better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm curious to know what that very beginning looked like for you, because I'm sure it was a journey. Did you work at some other places that weren't serving you, that made you say, you know what, I want to create my own? Was there something that was missing that you were like, this is not working? Like, what did that look like for you then into now, I guess?
Yeah. So when you go to esthetician school, they kind of train you on how to have your own business. You have absolutely no idea what the hell you're going to be doing once you graduate or get your license. But they kind of put that in your mind. So before I had even graduated school, somebody reached out to me about a spa party. And I was like, oh my God, like, this is freaking perfect. Like, how? So I didn't know any better, didn't collect any deposits, but I went out and bought a whole bunch of stuff to make this party, like, I'm like, this is gonna be it. I'm gonna be a traveling esthetician. Like, I thought that was it for me. And so she canceled on me. And I learned a valuable lesson. Always get your deposit up front. Always get the deposit up front. Like, most people won't flake, but sometimes they do. So I had all this stuff. Then I graduated school, and I'm like, okay, now what am I actually gonna do? Like, I had no clue where to start. So I literally got on Indeed, and I'm like, jobs for esthetician, New York City. And the thing about the industry is they want you to have experience before they can bring you onto the team. But how can you get experience if nobody's gonna hire you? So I
Not to cut you off, but you're thinking with the school that like you're prepared and like you have the resources because it's something that like you're learning a skill, you're learning a trade. So it's like how, yeah, oh my God.
and then you have to take a state board exam. So it's like, yo, like I'm qualified. Like what's happening here? I didn't understand, you know? So the only place that would hire me, and I won't drop any names, was a popular waxing chain. And I went to work at this chain in Riverdale. And I literally worked there for about a week and a half before I was like, yo, this is not for me.
Oh, dang, it was that bad.
Oh my God. Okay,
man.
so here's the honest truth about what happened. I had what was called a temporary license. So after you graduate, they give you apply for it and pay, you get a temporary license. And you, at the time, I don't think they do that anymore, you were allowed to go work with this temporary license for up to 6 months before you had to go take that state board exam. So, but I needed work. Remember, I wasn't even working. Like, yeah, right. So I was like, you know what? I got my temporary license. This popular chain spa was the only one that would hire me. Actually, I didn't even have it yet. I didn't have it yet.
It was
but
on
I
its
knew-
way.
It was on its way, right?
You gotta
So
have it lined up for when it comes together.
Exactly. I'm like putting all my stuff in a row. I got the
Right.
job before the license, right? And
So you're all set after trying to.
I
Yeah.
thought I was gonna be all set, so I was practicing and waxing, and I heard some horror stories. And in my mind, I'm like, I never want to experience what these girls are going through. And I had a conversation with the owner of the franchise, and I was like, okay, I know you want me to start taking customers now, but I do need to let you know something. I don't actually have my license yet. Is that gonna be a problem? And she was like, yeah, Nicole, you're gonna have to go. Like, if you don't have your license,
Yeah.
come back when you get your license.
at least
You
it
know,
was a comeback, yeah.
She said, come back when you get your license, but like
You
I
can't start tomorrow.
I can't have you
Yeah.
touching people without your. So I was like, all right, cool. I actually didn't even want to do this anyway. I didn't say this to her, but I'm like, I didn't even want to do this anyway. Like, I just needed a job, and y'all hired me. I was gonna do it, you know. So I started applying for facial jobs because in my school that I went to as an esthetician, we did facials more than anything. They do train you on waxing and makeup again and all these other things, but I did facials more than anything, like 600 hours of facials and skincare. So I felt the most prepared for that. So I went online. I had saw this really popular spa at the time. They went viral on social media, and I was like, I want to work there. And one day I saw them on Indeed, and I was like, you know what?
A sign,
it.
yeah.
Like, let me just apply to them. I applied to a few different spas, and I'll say there's still some of the top spas in the city reached out to me with no experience, and I'm like, holy smokes. So I go to this interview, and I love what I do. It brings me actual joy. Like, it's not fake at all, you know? And so I go there, and I have the interview, and the lady looks at me, and she's like, look, let me tell you something. You don't have any experience. I could teach you anything, but what I can't teach you is how to have that personality that you have. She watched me give a facial, and she saw how happy I was. And like, you know, when you're working with somebody that personally, that's important to have a happy disposition. Now as a boss, I know how important that is, but I was just being myself. And so she said, I'm going to offer you this job. Not too many people are going to offer this to you, but I'm going to offer it to you. And she said, you better not fuck this up. And so I'm like, I won't fuck up. I won't fuck up. I promise I won't.
You don't have my license taken away.
Right. I was... Oh my God. So that was it. I started working at one of the most popular chain spas in the city right now. And like when you go to school for something, they don't train you on what it's like for the real world. Like there's a whole nother learning situation that you have to go through once you actually start working in the field. And so I was like, what the hell am I doing? I thought I knew, but I actually realized that I had no idea. And, I was doing the best that I could, but I had a lot to learn. And so I went from like the girl who was getting complaints about everything and, people, right? But no woe is me because it made me stronger.
You learn, and that's yeah. And then some people complain about everything.
Some people complain about they're having one lady complain. She's like, I just didn't like the facial. Well, what happened? What went wrong? I don't know. I just didn't like it.
You're looking for something free.
Right, that's exactly what it was. So I'm like, girl, yeah. Right, exactly. So yeah, so I learned a lot. And within 4 years, I became one of the most requested estheticians in the company. And flash forward, I felt unappreciated. I genuinely cared about my clients and the people that I took care of. And I still don't. I don't look at people as a dollar sign. Like when you go into any establishment, you're expected to spend some type of money. There's no place you can go in the world without the expectation of opening up your wallet and spending money, right? Except for maybe the library. And still they got ways to get the money out of you. But seriously, like this is a consumer-based society that we live in, right? So I get it. Right, but I built the trust of my clients by not forcing them to buy a whole bunch of stuff or right. I care about you as a person. Like I'm having just like when we did our facial together, like I was genuinely invested in you as a person and I still am. But they hated that. They hated that. They hated it. And behind the scenes, I'm the most requested esthetician in the company, 99.9% satisfaction rate, but I'm getting written up behind closed doors because I didn't make their sales goals. My clients are leaving happy. They buy it if they need it, but I'm $2, $3 short of what you wanted from me, so I'm getting written up. And I was like, this can't be for real. I don't want to be in a position where like now I'm looking for a job again because I refuse to like force people to buy stuff, and sadly that wasn't the final straw for me. There was a whole bunch of drama that happened. I won't even get into that, but I said, you know what? I'm not going to take this anymore. And so I literally quit with 3 weeks notice. I had no plan what the hell I was going to do next. I'm like, I don't even know. I didn't have a business plan. I didn't even have an LLC. I didn't have anything. And I just said, I'm out.
Yeah, leaning in on that faith and just knowing that things worked out before, so things will work out again.
Things will work out again. This is sometimes you just gotta have faith and just trust in whatever you believe in. I believe in God,
same. Yeah.
So I had trust in God, and I just let Him lead the way.
Yeah, he's going.
Right.
He's gonna work it out.
Right, he
always
did.
Does, yeah.
And did. And so here I am.
Yeah, so that was the moment that propelled you into like, is it maybe like a couple of weeks later was there like a moment where you had that moment that said, dang, I need to do my own thing. It's time for me to create my own space and create what I want in the industry. It was that moment there?
Well, yes. So something else had happened. I had overheard my manager talking really badly about me. And when I reported it to HR, they blamed it on me.
Yeah, they never work in anybody's best interest.
Right. And at the time, I was one of very few women of color that worked there. And, we have to deal with the microaggressions constantly. And so for that to be blamed as like my fault, that that was the pivotal moment for me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do this anymore. So I left. I didn't have a plan. Aside from esthetician stuff, I had got scammed out of a lot of money by somebody that I really trusted. And I had a false sense of hope that this money was going to come back to me in a larger portion than what I put it out. That didn't happen. And so I had this false sense of confidence, and I said, you know what, I'm going to empty out my savings account and start my business. And it wasn't much money, but I was like, I'm just going to do the best that I can with what I have until I can do more. And so that's literally just what I did. I emptied out my savings account. Fortunately, I had a friend who had already started her own business, and she was an amazing resource for me to lean into. And she said, this is the paperwork you need to do. These are some of the steps you need to take. And I kind of had to like figure in and fill out the rest on my own. But yeah, I found this amazing rental space. I emptied out my savings to furnish it. There were times when I had a full book of clients and less than $100 in the bank. Bills were due, lots of bills. And nobody would ever know. Like I'd be in between clients crying because I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm gonna pay these bills. It was a really really rough transition, and but I still kept the faith. I believed in what I had. I believed in myself, and I believed in what God could do for me. And He carried me. He literally carried me. Sometimes even now to this moment, like I'm just like, wow, God,
Yeah.
wow. I'm gonna cry because I talking about God's goodness. Talking about God's goodness is phenomenal, especially in this season, all seasons of my life. But He's been like,
Yeah, like especially when you're in a space now and you can look back and just see, even in those moments when it didn't work out, because that's trusting on faith in God for real, like emptying out your savings and having nothing. And people don't know. People always, we can look at people and think that we see their story or think that, oh, she has a business, she has it all together. Oh, he has
right.
this, he's good, he's financially, but you don't know what people are going through. And I think that's why it's so important to one, lead with kindness, and just just always treat people like they're going through something. And I had said that on another episode too, because it's like you never know. You truly never know. But that is beautiful. I'm so happy that things have come together, and that is, oh man, I feel that for myself personally, because to invest in yourself is not always an easy thing. And you're looking at your reality and you're looking at the vision that God placed within you, and you're like, I know, but like the way this account is looking in my clothes, so like, is this really possible? So, oh man, that is incredible. Yeah.
God turned it around for me, and I just have to glorify His name. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I will tell everybody that this is the business that God built. God did this for me. And some people are like, but Nicole, you worked hard. I couldn't have worked hard without God. I couldn't have did it. He literally made it all possible for me. And so any chance I get, I'm going to let people know that He's good. He did that for me.
I love that. That is so true. Oh, and man, I feel like so many people need to hear that. So I'm just happy that, oh man, wow, I needed to hear that for real. So, um, man, guiding so many clients through their skincare journey, what misconceptions have you encountered along the way?
Oh
Like,
my
because there's
God.
a
You
lot.
got some time?
Yeah, we do have some time, because it's a lot. I know there's a lot going on, yeah.
Yes. So there's so many things like social media.
Yeah.
There's something about people that we expect that when we go online, everybody's telling the truth. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the American culture. I'm American, born and raised in America, never lived anywhere else. I'm just starting to travel outside the country and like get my feet wet in other places. But I don't know if this is like a thing in other places. But we just go online and we think that everything people say is the truth. And so like a lot of people will come in. I saw somebody on social media doing this, so I had to do it too. And I'm like, do you know that person got paid to tell you that this was a good thing to do? Or they're trying to get paid? Like they don't know your skin. They have filters. They have all these things on to make themselves look better, but they're telling you that this is the holy grail of products that changes, and it's literally not. So that's one of the biggest things that I have to battle in the treatment room is I have to try to de-influence you. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I'm not pushy with my business, because I just want you to be better. I just want you to be great. I want you to have your best skin ever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to sell you $700 worth of products just because you came to visit me. Like, I want you to leave more educated about your particular skin. Everybody on social media doesn't know you. They don't know your story. They don't know your skin. They don't know they don't know you like I know you. You know? And the second one, and I'll leave it at that, is people think you have to do the most to get the best results. And that's couldn't be further from the truth. Our skin is gentle and fragile. It is resilient. But we have to treat it with kindness and love in order to get there.
Yeah, oh man, for sure. And I've seen, honestly, another thing that inspired this episode, which I was on TikTok one night, just, scrolling, whatever. So I actually came across a post. I have to find it. When the episode comes out, I should find the person by then. But It was an esthetician, and she was talking about like the auras and the things that she's seen, and I was like, wow. Okay, so one thing, um, one person they use like Clorox wipes to like clean their face. Another thing that she said was, like the common soap. What is it? I think it's like soft soap or something. The hand soap. Like they use that. A lot of different, and I was just like, wow, like that's insane. I think also there was another crazy one. Yeah, Clorox by itself is like, wow, that's insane. It is, and again, going back to people being influenced, it's a lot on TikTok. Again, I saw this girl use, I think it's like a soap or something, and it's supposed to help with brightening your skin. So she used it, and I don't know if she had a reaction of some sort because her skin started peeling. So she's like discolored now, and she's like talking about the soap, and it's like, yeah, this soap that's in the TikTok shop is not working for everybody, and you have to be really careful because it's scary. And again, we can't be so trusting with everything, for our
I
skin.
mean, yeah, like a lot of some of the, not, I'm not gonna say a lot. Let me not overgeneralize, but some of these people, like the TikTok shop is similar to Amazon, right? Hopefully, we can say all of that stuff. But there's like no regulation. You can buy. I've had clients buy fake products that they thought were real. So some people, I sell a particular skincare company, ABC Skincare, whatever. I'm not gonna drop any names unless they got a bag. But she wanted to buy the skincare product from me. She wasn't in the spa, so she went on Amazon to buy it. She goes and buys the product. This is a product she's used multiple times before because I've given it to her from my hands. She went and bought the product from Amazon. Her face like had a terrible reaction to it. And I'm like, she's like, Nicole, I don't know what's wrong with my skin. I was like, where'd you buy this?
trying
Where'd
to
you buy it?
trying to be a little cheap.
What'd you do?
Yeah.
She was like, oh, I bought it on Amazon because it was $10 cheaper. I was like, but did you think of why? Did you ask yourself why?
Right.
Why was it $10
Oh
cheaper?
man.
It was a counterfeit product. There's no regular. You could literally go right now and create an Amazon store online and sell whatever you want. And it's the same thing on TikTok Shop. Like some of these people are literally in their kitchen using the same knife that they was just making soup with. Come on, and they're making your skincare, and you're putting on your face like this is great. Oh my god!
Little
Like
do you know, it's about
little
to
do you, your skin about to fall off. You're playing. People, we need to just exercise a little bit more caution. Like there are certain regulations that are put in place to make this industry secure and consumer safe. These people are not following federal regulations on how they're making skincare. So like, be careful. I just want people to be careful.
No, for real. It's really, really scary. I know when I first met you, it was actually my first facial, and it was such an amazing experience. And oh man, I know we talked a lot about men and not really getting facials and just the, I guess, misconceptions about that as far as like, they don't need it, it's not really useful, or it's something that's really geared towards women. So I would love for you to speak on what type of facials you recommend for men, just maybe getting into skincare, or what you recommend facial wise and things like that.
Yeah. So people always ask me, do you take male clients? And I'm like, if you have skin, come on in, right? Because like skin is treatable. So I don't think there's. One of my old coworkers used to say, man is not a skin type. Because like you have these products out here that are like, oh, this is just for men. And it's like, men have different skin types. They have dry skin, normal skin, combo skin, oily skin, sensitive skin. So it's about your skin type and the condition of your skin. So for me, in my practice, every single facial is 100% custom. Just like when I saw you, I didn't tell you, you came in, I looked at your skin, and I said, what, this is what we're going to do today based off of what I see. God bless you. So is there a certain type of facial that a man should get? Maybe, but I think it's more about getting a facial that's tailored to your skin type. Yeah, but there are certain treatments and upgrades that you can do, but it also depends on like, can your skin handle it? Do you have a good skincare routine at home? Are you wearing sunscreen? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are your hygiene habits? How often are you changing those pillowcases? All those things would determine what kind of treatment I think you should get when you come see me.
Okay. And what do you think are the most important aspects of skin health and making sure that, um, yeah, making sure that you do these certain things, things that people maybe often overlook?
Okay, so when I have a client that's coming into me and they're like, yeah, I don't do anything to my face. I literally just use water, or even people who have like a 25-step skincare routine, I'm like, hold on. There's four things that I think are essential for everybody to have in their skincare routine. And all these things need to be selected specifically for your skin type, but man, woman, you need four things to be bare minimum, right? You need a cleanser. You need to remove all the oils, the debris, you need to remove all that stuff from your skin daily. Some people do day and night. I have no problem with that depending on the products that you're using. So cleanser, you need to replenish with a moisturizer. Some people don't use moisturizer because their skin produces oil, but
Right, you hear that too. People, yeah, not using lotion because they're like, my face is already oily and things like that. Yeah.
like if your skin is not getting what it needs, it goes into like hyper mode and starts producing more oil to try to overcompensate. So now you look like you got pizza grease on your face the whole time. You didn't even use moisturizer. But if you introduced a lightweight moisturizer to your skin, it would be a lot happier, you know? So you need a moisturizer tailor fitted to you and your skin's needs, right? Number three, you better be wearing SPF every day. The sun, while it's amazing and beneficial and we need it, it's a known carcinogen. It causes skin cancer, right? So you need to protect yourself with it. Some people have the misconception that if I wear sunscreen, I'm not going to get a tan. And that's not true. There's two different types of sunscreen. There's chemical sunscreen and there's physical sunscreen. Physical sunscreen blocks the sun from penetrating your skin, right? Chemical sunscreen, and we'll just keep it brief, it changes the way the sun interacts with you. So you're still able to get some of the benefits from the sun, but it helps to filter out some of the harm, right? And a lot of people, especially in our community of color, they're battling hyperpigmentation. And the sun is directly known for darkening your skin. On top of the fact that it causes premature aging. So wear your SPF. For those, even if you have no other reason, take those three, right? Take those three. And then lastly, exfoliation. The younger you are, our skin cells turn over daily. This is why children have like such amazingly beautiful skin, because they're growing and dying skin cells like every single day. The older you get, the more it slows down, right? And so sometimes our skin cells, the dead ones, they get trapped on the face. And so we need to exfoliate to help get rid of those, to have our skin looking the most vibrant way that it could look. It's going to look more glowy. It's going to feel softer. It's going to absorb product better. It's going to feel smoother. You're not going to feel all this texture underneath it. So you need to exfoliate. And what type of exfoliator? Also, it should be selected based off of your skin's type, needs, and goals. But those are the four basic things that I think everybody should have in their routine.
So, two questions from that. How often should someone be exfoliating? Because I hear that it's bad to exfoliate like every day. Like, that's really bad. Yeah, so I'll start off with that.
We'll start with that. Okay, so there's absolutely no need to exfoliate your face every day. Our skin, the face on our skin is very fragile and gentle. It is resilient, but it's fragile, and so we have to like take caution with it. I'd say that depending on the type of exfoliant you use, 2 to 3 times per week is sufficient. Yeah.
And another question in regards to hyperpigmentation. People that are battling that, because that was something that I saw too when I was just like researching. Someone saying that is something that can cure hyperpigmentation. So, what do you recommend for people that are maybe battling that?
Yeah, so for people that are dealing with hyperpigmentation, you gotta wear SPF. Like, you can be, if you're coming to get a facial with me and you're talking about hyperpigmentation, one of the first things I'm gonna have you do is start wearing SPF, because the sun is not, it's making it darker. It's not gonna be able to lighten up. We can be doing all these treatments. Exfoliation makes you photosensitive or sensitive to the sun, right? So let's say you're exfoliating at home, you're coming to get professional grade treatments, but you're not wearing any sunscreen. It's gonna make the problem worse. Like so we're kind of chasing our own tail. Like I want to brighten my skin, oh I'm brightening my skin, but then I'm overexposed to the sun. So you have to wear sunscreen, you have to exfoliate, and then if you want to take it a step further, you can do things like get serums that have certain ingredients that are targeted for brightening your hyperpigmentation.
I also hear like, and I don't know if this is healthy or not, but I often hear that people now run to do chemical pills and they do it like pretty often. Do you think, I don't know if that's something that you specialize in or no, but is that something healthy to do, or is that something that you should stay away from or do it like every, I don't know, couple of months and maybe not do it, or does that depend?
Yeah. Okay. So on social media right now, the biggest thing is like people want the chemical peels that are going to have you shedding like a snake. I don't personally do those kinds of chemical peels. I don't feel like it's necessary in order to get results. Those types of chemical peels, you only need to do like, and I'm not even going to say need to. If you're going to, you should probably only do them a couple times a year. You don't need to like over exfoliation. It will sensitize your skin. It will thin it out. It will make it easily irritated. It will become dry. You know what I'm saying? Like it can cause more hyperpigmentation. It can cause hypopigmentation where you lose pigment. People don't even know
That
that.
too, where there's been some horror stories where people are just getting these chemical pills and then they're facing discoloration and their face are being burned. Because also I think I don't know where certain people are getting their license, or sometimes you have people that are not getting their license and they're doing work like in their house, like in their basement. We see it with people that do veneers.
Oh my God. No, veneer talk is crazy right now.
We see it because I saw something like that. But anyhow, we've seen it. I've seen it with that, with definitely face care as well. And it's very scary that you have people that are unqualified that are, number one, providing terrible customer service to people, that are leaving people with trauma and just feeling worse about
You
themselves.
can be licensed and work in your house technically, right? Not everybody who has a license is skilled and qualified. You know what I'm saying? And some people are starting at the bottom and they're trying to keep up with the social media trends, but they don't really understand like black skin is fragile. It's like people think because it's dark it's like stronger, but no, it's very gentle, it's fragile, it's resilient. Like I love your mantra, but it's fragile and we have to be careful with that. So for me, if I'm doing a chemical peel on a person of color, you got to prep your skin like 4 weeks in advance. People don't do that. They just want to just jump in and go straight to the chemical peels. I've had clients that I've had to let go because they didn't want to subscribe to my ideology of how to treat skin. And like, right, you're not going to tell me how to treat you. I'm not going to do that. Like, no, because then what happens? I damage your skin. You coming for my license. No, you're gonna do what I told you to do, and you can go ahead. And she chose to go. She wanted to go ahead on. So I'm like, there's plenty of people out here that are greedy, right? And they don't care about you as a person. They just care about the money. The difference with me is like I care about you as a person. I care about the integrity of your skin. So I'm always gonna put your skin before the money. So yeah.
And walk me through just a little bit of how, because you don't just work with clients that are black, you work like across the spectrum, like your catalog is so diverse. So just walk me and I guess the listeners through, what that looks like across the board and stuff.
Yeah, so I have clients of every single nationality, and I take male clients, I take female clients, I even have some children and teenage clients as well. And so everybody's skin type is different. There are certain types of skin that are more prone to hyperpigmentation. I'm not gonna get too into these things with you, but there's something called the Fitzpatrick scale, and it's a guide as an esthetician that helps you know what skin tones are going to be prone to like turning more red, or what skin types are going to be prone to turning more darker when they're like injured. Right. So like exfoliation is a controlled injury to the skin, right? Because we want to get rid of the damaged skin on the surface and make new skin grow at a healthier and faster rate. And so you have to be really careful with like injuring your skin a little bit too much because it can cause long-term damage or scarring. Some people, their scars turn red. Some people, their scars turn brown or black. And yeah, I think did I kind of answer your question?
Yeah,
Okay.
So I know we spoke a little bit about the misconceptions and all of that. And so I actually have a game. So we're gonna play like a myth or fact. So I'm gonna read out some myths and some facts, and then we'll determine which one is a myth and which one is a fact.
Okay.
Well, you'll determine because I don't have all the
Okay, I'm like, do you know
knowledge,
the
but
answers to this already? Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
Find some things.
Okay.
So the first thing is you don't have to wear SPF if you're melanated, and it's something that's only for the summertime.
Myth. Oh my God. I got to such an argument with one of my friends about this because she was like, I don't need sunscreen. I'm black.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
No.
that could not be further from the truth. Everybody needs sunscreen. I don't care what color your skin is. You better put sunscreen on it.
Okay. The second one is over cleansing can strip the skin of the essential oils.
Yes, and it depends
fact.
on fact. Sorry,
Okay.
yes, fact. It depends on the type of cleanser you're using. A lot of gel cleansers tend to be really harsh and stripping on the skin. So, yes, fact.
Doing facial exercises can decrease your signs of aging. So you know, like how people will be like, move your jaw, or like, don't smile, or just just do. So is that a myth or fact?
It's a fact. It's a fact. Our face is composed of muscles, and so if you work and tone the muscles, it's gonna lift your skin and reduce the signs of aging. Yeah.
So like, what exercises should people be doing? Like,
Well, what I'll say, I don't know what you got going on over there. But what I will say is like maybe even a facial massage. That's why the facial massage feels so good because it's like lifting your muscles and draining any lymphatic fluids. So I would focus on like facial massage movements. I would focus on things like gua sha. I would focus on things like cupping.
Oh, okay.
Like these are things that you can do at home, not in the treatment room. Even now they have these little handheld devices that it's microcurrent. And so it sends electrical pulses. It sounds kind of crazy, but it sends very tiny electrical pulses to stimulate the muscles in your skin and lift them. So, yeah.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Another one is you should switch up your skincare products to keep them effective.
Myth.
Really? Okay.
Myth. If it works, it works. Like, everybody's skin type is different. Some skin types are more needy than others, right? Some skin types, you can use the same thing every day for 25 years and literally not have a problem with it. If you find the skincare routine that works for you, stick with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you. If a product if a product causes tingling, embrace the burn because it's working.
Ooh,
No.
Myth. That is a myth. That is a myth. Okay. In some situations, tingling is normal, but there is nothing that you should be doing at home that's making you feel like that on a regular basis. Like, we're not talking about prescriptions and medications and all that stuff. If you go into there's a popular skincare company. I'm not even going to say their names.
I hope I'm not using them.
Oh my God, we're going to have a talk after this, okay?
Yeah.
But they have some kind of at-home chemical peel that you can do.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, no, don't do that. Like, leave it to the professionals to do the chemical peel. I've had so many clients that I've had to correct the damage that they've done to themselves because they want to take and I get it. Sometimes skincare services can cost a little bit of money, but now if you damage your skin, you're going to spend even more money trying to fix the damage and then fix the actual problem you're trying to fix.
You know what? I saw somewhere a little off topic. There was like a what was it? It was like a facelift, like pen or something.
Yeah.
Like that. And I was like, what is this?
I don't
That's
know what the hell. Was it
insane.
on TikTok?
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
actually I went somewhere and I got it in a gift bag. And I was like, what
The only
is
thing I could think
this?
of is that it might be microcurrent. Excuse me,
like,
but I'm not
what?
sure. It might be.
I never used it. I don't even have a facelift.
Send me a picture of it. We'll talk.
Yeah, I will see
Yeah.
if I'll find it.
Yeah.
I was like, it's weird that they have something like that.
Yeah.
Next one is drinking water clears all of your skin problems.
Ooh. Not all of them. But drinking water helps a lot.
Okay, with hydration, but it won't
Drinking
necessarily
water helps
help.
a lot. Okay. So I will say our skin is like our third kidney. Our skin, even though it's an organ all on its own, this is just I'm painting a picture. Um, our skin is part of our excretory system, and the job of our skin and our pores is to excrete toxins from our body. And so even though breakouts suck, sometimes your body is just doing the best it can to get the shit out of your body. And so a lot of things that are happening on your face, it's indicative of something that's going on inside. Yeah. So like a lot of people are not drinking enough water. They're drinking too much sodas. They're drinking too many processed beverages, eating too many processed foods. And our skin is like, I don't know what to do. I'm just trying to get it out. And that's kind of what happens.
Okay, yeah, that definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
You often hear a lot that, and it's true that like your stress and your lifestyle and what you're going through, it can definitely affect your skin.
For
and
sure.
you know, if you're gonna have that breakout or not.
Right.
You hear that a lot.
Yeah.
Another is under eye bags are only caused by lack of sleep.
That's a myth. It can be caused by lack of sleep. It can also be genetic. You know, sometimes you can also put too much friction on your eyes. Like, you know, a lot of women who wear makeup, sometimes they use these makeup wipes and they're really harsh. And the way makeup is designed, it's like really hard to come off. So like they're like scrubbing and putting in work. The under eye area is the thinnest skin on our face. Right. And it's also the only area on the skin that doesn't produce its own oil. So like you can't be doing all that.
Gotcha. And you definitely can't use a Clorox wipe.
Please, oh my God.
Oh
my God. I might actually pass out and die if somebody came to me and said that that's what they did.
What's the craziest thing that you've heard or like a product? Was it anything close to that?
Nothing close to that. Nothing close to that. I mean,
just
just
like
people
stuff?
that want to use like vinegar and stuff on their face. Like, I'm just like household items. They're not really meant for your face. People don't know that our skin has a very fragile pH, potential hydrogen. We won't get into Google it if you want to know what pH means. We ain't got time to talk about that today, but it has a pH of about 5.5 roughly.
Okay.
And like things like vinegar and lemon.
Apple cider vinegar?
Apple
or just
cider vinegar. Yeah,
Okay.
most people want to use apple cider vinegar,
Okay.
but it's really acidic and harsh on the skin, and it can cause irritation and damage. So like, or if you use anything too acidic or anything too alkaline, it has potential to damage your skin because the pH is so fragile. So like skincare products are formulated with the pH of your skin in mind.
Okay.
These household items are not formulated for that. They're formulated for salad dressing and shit. Like,
And you're using it on your
you're right.
face. Oh man. Consistency is key for skincare results to have, the radiant skin.
Fact.
Okay.
That's I mean, name a thing that you can do one time and be like, yep, I'm set. Never got to do that again.
And last one, regularly washing your pillowcases helps to maintain clear skin.
Oh my gosh, that is a fact. It is a fact. I need everybody to know that that's a fact. Do you know how many clients have had their acne clear up because they just started washing their pillowcases more?
Oh wow! So they never.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should not say just in case. I do
say
like
this.
once a week. Is that okay?
I mean, if you're not experiencing any severe acne, but some people that are experiencing severe acne and breakouts, especially on the side of their face, you need to do it a lot more. If you're noticing you're breaking out 2-3 times a week, get you a bunch of pillowcases and just, because think about it, like, unless you're bald, and most of us have hair, and like our hair is always exposed to the elements, and so your hair is on your pillowcase, now your face is on your pillowcase, and like there's just a
lot of
mishmash
things
of
going
like,
on.
yeah.
Okay, and for me, I also use I use a silk pillowcase.
I
Do
love
you think
that.
that's helpful
Yeah,
too?
cotton steals moisture.
Okay.
If I spilled something on the floor right now, I would grab cotton paper towels or a cotton cloth to pick it up. I wouldn't grab a silk pillow. It's not known for being absorbent, you know?
Right.
Cotton absorbs, it steals moisture from your skin. So satin or silk, like, yes, please.
All right. Yay, I love that. Oh man. All right. Well, thank you for helping us
Of
debunk
course.
some myths and found out some
pleasure.
truths. I love
Yeah.
that. Okay, so we're winding down. So I just want to know, like, tell us about like your services and everything about the beauty therapy sessions.
Okay, so Beauty Therapy Session was founded in 2021 by a crazy girl who emptied out her bank account, but she had the audacity to believe in herself and in her God. And I've expanded 2 times in the past 3 years. And I'm so freaking grateful for that. I just expanded my spa. I've hired 4 new people to start working for me. You got to check it. It looks so much different since the last time you were there. That was the beginning. That was the beginning in the new space. Yeah. So I'm so grateful for that. But yeah, for me, beauty therapy session is about putting you first. I genuinely care about your skin. I want you to have your wildest skincare dreams come true. I want to educate you. And this is the mission of my business. So when I say I mean beauty therapy session as a whole. Anybody who I bring in to work for me is going to have the same ideologies and the same feelings and sentiments towards getting you to your skincare. So a little bit about the services that we provide. Obviously, we provide facials. I like to keep it a little bit simple. So I have 3 basic facials. The Glow Up, which is a 35-minute facial. No extractions are provided. It's just about, like, you literally just want to glow, or maybe this is your first time. You're kind of trying to feel it out and see what's going on. I have a facial called I Woke Up Like This, which is 60 minutes. Yep. And that one has some extractions, and it just gives us a little bit more time. 30 minutes goes by as soon as you lay down, it's over. So then I have the 60-minute. And then lastly, I have the 90-minute, which is called the Best Face Forward. That's,
I like that.
Yeah,
The names of these are so good. Yeah.
I put a lot of thought into everything that I did. But that one gives more time for like extra massage or extra extractions or things of that nature. And so those are the basic facials that we offer. Then we have add-ons. Like I do chemical peels, but nothing that's going to make you shed like a snake. You don't have to do that. Chemical peels, dermaplane, microdermabrasion, microcurrent. There's a few different cute things that I have. I have one called the non-surgical facelift that's amazing. It's a 2-hour facial, and you will leave looking like it's amazing. I have not done that facial on one person that was not shook afterwards. Yeah, it's amazing. So we do that on the facial side. We also do back treatments because a lot of clients that have, back knee, we call. And then we also like offer beauty services like brows and lashes and like facial waxing and things like that. Yeah.
Looking at your career you're still going, you're still doing your thing for sure, but looking at your very beginning and looking at where you are now, what advice would you give to someone that is looking to jump into the same thing and to follow your footsteps?
Yeah, I want to tell people don't rush. Social media has made it increasingly popular and trendy to work for yourself. And while it's great, there's a lot that comes along with it that people don't know. People on social media are only showing you the highlight reel. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's because it's not entertaining content to see somebody struggling. Had I got on the internet while I was in my struggle, like, yo, I only got $2 in the bank today. Nobody wants to watch that.
They do now.
Some people like the tea, right? But what would that have done for me? Now my social footprint is out there. Like, man, I was, I feel like it's better for me to tell my story from a place of triumph. Like I went through that. But I would tell people, like, don't rush the process. Take time and really just like strengthen your skill. Like, you don't know. When I first got my driver's license, one of my coworkers was like, okay, great, now you can really learn how to drive. And I was like, I know how to drive. What do you mean?
In these streets?
Right. But then I got on the highway for the first time, and I was like, wow, I really don't know how to drive.
Oh, God,
No. So I had to learn. It's the same thing with being an esthetician. Like, even in the beginning of my journey, I had a lot to learn. I thought I was fully prepared for school, but there's nothing like doing thousands and thousands and thousands of facials to really make sure that you know what you're doing. So take your time, strengthen your skill, educate yourself, and actually care. Like, in a world where you're expected to spend money, people want to spend money, right? But don't just be in it for the money. Because if you're in something specifically for the money, you're not going to survive when the times get tough. You're going to want to give up. I'm in these esthetician groups all the time, and there's so many girls that started straight from scratch. Oh, I just graduated school, and I opened my own business. A few months later, I'm struggling so bad. How do I get clients? I took out all these loans. I don't know what to do. They didn't take their time. It's not going anywhere. People are always going to want to beautify themselves. Take your time, master your craft, and then fly.
I love that. Oh, man. And what advice and what words do you have for the people listening?
Just in general? Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Or people that want to come to your service, or just a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
Any last thoughts?
First and foremost, you just have to believe in yourself. no matter what it is that you're doing, I feel like that's valuable information in every aspect, every place in life. Is you have to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, how can anybody else? You know what I mean? So believe in yourself, love yourself. I had a girl that came in the other day, and I swear to God, I almost cried. And I was like, "What's up with you? Like, how's your skin? What can I do?" She was like, "I literally just hate the way my skin looks." And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm about to cry," because I don't want that for you. I get it. Like, you've lived a whole life before you came and got in my facial bed, right? But just love yourself. Even through your imperfections, you can be a work in progress and a miraculous perfection at the same time.
Right, perfectly
Right.
perfect. Yeah, that's what it is. Oh man, thank you so much for. Oh man, Nicole, thank you so much for coming through and dropping so many gems. This was such a beautiful episode. I really enjoyed having you. Man, this is really a pleasure. Please let the people know where they can find you, follow you, how they can book their services, all of that.
Well, thank you so much for extending the invitation to me. I didn't even hesitate to say yes. Like, I'm like, absolutely, 1,000%. I want to support you. And congrats, by the way. I see some stuff you got going on social media. Congrats on that as well. But if you wanted to find me, get in touch with me, book a facial with me, beauty therapy session across the board. That is my handle on social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. My website is beautytherapysession.com. Or if you want to go to my booking site, as of this moment today, it's vagaro.com/beauty therapy session. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me by DM, email. I'm super responsive, and I really just, I want to help you. I'm here for you.
Yes, and Nicole provides such amazing service. Like, it's quality, and man, it's just so incredible, just the way that you care and the passion that you have for this field and for people. So, oh man, it's appreciated and it's needed, definitely in this space. So thank you again. Yay. So you guys can follow the J Word on Instagram at the J Word underscore and all other platforms at the J Word, and me at jasawnpryce, JASAWNPRYCE. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's episode. Please make sure that you guys follow and subscribe, and Nicole's information will be in the bio, so you'll be able to find her and book a session. She's amazing. And yeah, until next time, is the J Word.